You know what really and truly and viscerally disgusts me on this culture that has decided to wage war on words and human language? Because what really disgusts me is the performative bullshit theater that we're having to go along with, right? Like, look here in the title, the R-word, right? So, like, apparently this word has mystical properties, like mystical energies that are so harmful that they create so much harm in society, it cannot be uttered. Like, even a billion-dollar corporation is afraid of saying it, so instead of saying it, they say the R-word, right? But then when you look into the article, literally in the second paragraph, it says the word retarded. So if you can say the word, why are you pretending that it's some demonic incantation? Why are you afraid of it? Like, why are you giving it so much mystique? Well, the reason is because it's performative, right? Like, the people who are writing this, they want moral superiority over you. Like they're the decent people, right? Like, they will never say the word. Unlike you, which is a vile piece of filth, they understand how to live in a society without creating harm. And so they will pretend that they're decent people, right? Like, they use the R word, at least in the title. So if you're just reading CNN and you're looking at the headlines, you get to say, oh, right, okay, so they're still decent people. They're still decent folk. They're not like that piece of shit Joe Rogan. But then when you read the article, it's like, no, hold up, they use the word as well. Because that's what gets the clicks. That's what gets the money, right? And it also allows them to have this moral superiority illusion over you. And so that's what disgusts me. You know, like, even if I was to agree, and I don't, as an Eastern European, I simply don't. But, like, even if I was to agree that some words in the human language must never be spoken, because they're like magical spells and incantation that wounds a person's spirit. You know, like sticks and stone can break their bones, but, like, words scar the human soul. Alright, so even if I was to agree with that, I am still disgusted by this type of behavior where the people who claim moral superiority, they only behave in a way in public, but in private they do the same shit that I do. Probably even worse. And so let's deconstruct a little bit, like, this entire nonsense. The idea that words should be censored. Like, first of all, this is coming from the Anglosphere. Like, if you're outside the Anglosphere, this is not your morality. Like, people here do not behave this way, right? Like, we do not pretend that we're children. Like if we want to say the word fuck, it's either appropriate and you say it, or it's not appropriate and you don't. But there's no in-between, right? We don't say the F word. Like, for instance, if you must say it, like you're reporting the news with someone that cursed or whatever, right? The news anchor is not going to say the F word, because that's fucking retarded. Because, like, we know the word that he wants to say. We understand that in this context, it has to be said. The person listening to it understands what has been said. So what's the point in saying it the F word? Just fucking use the word. Either use it or don't. There's no in-between. There's no, like, oh, R word. And then secondly, we have to ignore and pretend we don't understand how humanity functions. Like, we need to pretend that we're so disconnected from humanity, we're almost alien in nature. Human language is not just based on words. It's based on context, the inflection of a person's voice, body language. The same thing can be said, and in one situation it means something, in another situation it can mean something else. Like, for instance, the word fuck. You know, you can say, oh, fuck me. You know, like, you forgot something. Or you can say, oh, fuck me. You know, like, it's the same thing, but because of the context, because of the inflection in the voice, because of the way it's said, completely different things, right? And yet, we have to pretend that this doesn't exist. We have to pretend like, no. There are clear do's and don'ts, divided of all context, divided of all nuance, and if you do the don't, you need to be fired. And people have had enough, especially when this list of rules of do's and don'ts aren't based in any tradition. They're not based in any reason or logic. They're just dictated top down from a fat ass in a university that already gorges themselves on taxpayer money deciding what you aren't allowed to do just to see if you're obedient enough. Just to see if you're willing to challenge their authority. Because this is what it's about. You know, like when they decide a word shouldn't be used, it's not to actually improve society. It's to see if you're a good little sheep. If you're a good little soldier. Are you going to play along? And the thing is, you know, like online, you have to play along. You can't fight it online, right? Because like there's terms of service. If you say it, the algorithm cracks down on you, or you may get your channel banned. Like, you're not fixing anything, right? Because like online, it's not a democracy. Online, it's a dictatorship by the corporation that allows you to use their platform. Or by the payment processors that force the corporation to use their platform. But the question is like in real life. You know, in real life, where there's no cameras, where there's nothing, do you still obey? Are you still a good little sheep? Do you actually do what they're telling you to do? That's what they're actually trying to accomplish. You know, the online space is maybe real life for the terminally online, but at the end of the day, you can't algorithm your way out of society. And what they're basically trying to do is to shape the behavior of people in the real world by forcing corporations to ban or to algorithmically censor certain words. In order to normalize the idea that someone can dictate to you what you're allowed to think, what you're allowed to say, what you're allowed to experience. And they do it by, as I mentioned before, this absolute morality where there is no way that you can use a word, even though it's obviously not true. Like, for instance, the N-word, right? Like, that's the American Holocaust thing. If you say the N-word in a rap lyric, or if you put the N-word in a bot to moderate your Discord server and to ban the people that say it so that the Discord admins don't terminate your server. Or if you're using the N-word to respond to someone else that said it. Is that not a context in which is acceptable? Because I think like even academics, even university professors will say, yeah, okay, fine, like in those contexts. And you know, I don't even have to go into explaining why the word retarded is not even problematic. Like, it depends how you use it, right? Obviously, if it's a person that has cognitive impairment issues and you're using it to humiliate them, I don't think any person would say it's okay. But that is because of the context in which it was used. Like that is because of the way you're behaving. You know, it's like making fun of a person without legs. Like, we just don't do these things because we still believe in decorum, we still believe in civility, we still believe in being polite. But if you use this word against, like let's say, a concept, it's like, oh, this retarded camera. Who are you hurting? Who are you harming? If you use this as an insult towards a person that doesn't have any mental cognitive issues, what you're basically saying, it's like, look, I can understand if a person has mental disabilities because of a physiological reason, right? Like maybe they were born that way, maybe they're suffering some illness. Like, I understand that. That's not something to make fun of. Like, that's an actual scary thing, like knowing that it can happen to anyone, right? Anyone can be in a car crash or an accident and they too may get into that situation. That's not something to make fun of. But if it's a healthy person and they're pretending or they're behaving in a way that is unjustifiable, and you're wondering, it's like, look, if you have the gift of having a healthy mind, why don't you act like it? Why are you saying this dumb shit? That is not harmful. Like that, and even then, you know, if you were to say, okay, that's still harmful, why is it that words like idiotic, cretin, moron, okay, and we can use them, but for some reason, this particular word is considered too vile? Like, who makes these decisions? I'm actually happy that this word came back, especially because the tone deaf of culture exists. Like, the internet is trying to put all of the cultures under the same umbrella. Like, I'm sorry, in Eastern Europe, the word retarded is used quite often. It's almost like the same way that Americans use the word fuck. It can mean different things in different contexts. Right, like sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. But it's definitely not considered a slur. Like, why do we have to import the slurs from California? Like, if people in Silicon Valley in California decide that, okay, from now on this is a slur, why does the entire world have to bend the knee? Like, maybe we don't think it's a slur. You know, the C word. Again, I can't say them because I'm on social media. But if you were to have me at a bar and we can have a pint, oh, I'll tell you a lot of shit. But like the C word, right? In Britain, it's considered the most offensive word in the English language. In Australia, it's used as a polite conversation. So like, we now have to pretend that different cultures don't exist and that the most sensitive culture on planet Earth gets to dictate to every single other culture how to behave. That is fucking disgusting. Let me know what you guys think though, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.